Today I want to focus on one posture in the 24 posture Tai Chi set, and that posture is named Dragon Shoots the Pearl. You'll also see it under the name Brush the Knee. Okay, let's get started. I want to just start teaching you by first showing you what the posture looks like at the very end. Piper's going to set up in the posture, and so if you want to, you can just step your right foot forward like so. And so she is in what we call a forward stance. With the forward stance, obviously there's one foot in front of the other. If you wouldn't mind turning towards the camera for just a sec. She's got her feet about hip or shoulder width apart. That creates a stability and helps her to balance and feel steady. A lot of times when people feel like they're a little nervous in this forward stance, it's because their feet tend to be too close to each other. You feel like you're surfing or walking on a tightrope. If that's the case, widen your stance, where your feet are, just a little bit. Okay. Now, that's the lower body. Her back is straight, her feet are flat, and her weight even on the floor. Knees are bent, but nothing is locked out. Okay. Now, her hands, for a Dragon Shoots the Pearl, your front foot, your hand is going to be down and low. This is where the alternate name of brushing the knee comes from. It's that hand coming down to brush the knee. Then the second hand is pushing forward, like so. Okay, and again, nothing is locked out. Knees, elbows are slightly bent. Okay, and the palm is relaxed, the fingers are relaxed as well, and you're in a pushing position. So this would be the dragon, okay, shooting the pearl. Dragon shoots the pearl. So this is what the final posture will look like. And if you wouldn't mind, you can turn to your right, okay, just so they can see a side view of it. Okay, again, back straight, head up, looking forward, palm open. The other hand, the front leg, palm down, back leg straighter, or straightish. Okay, and the feet flat, and that's good. Okay, that's a really good posture. You don't have to be this low though, okay? You can always come up if you want to in a bit more of a comfortable position, okay? And again, if your shoulders are a little tough or if it's hard, you don't have that range of motion, you can always lower them as well and lower them to your comfort level, okay? So always, just because you see someone doing something, you don't have to look exactly like them. As long as you can get the general gist and principles down, that is the most important thing. It's not about looking like someone, it's about feeling better. And then as you get better at this, you will start to be able to drop in lower and build up your strength and balance. And then eventually you'll look like all those people doing Tai Chi in the videos, okay? All right, so that's what the posture will look like. All right, thank you, Piper, and stand and relax. So now, what I want to do next, now that you've got a visual image in your head of what it's going to look like and also what you're going to look like, let's break down the form into the lower and the upper half. And I'm going to turn and face away from you so you can see this. So if I drop my right foot back, if you just want to stay stationary with this posture, you can pull this leg back. So you can draw that leg back. Okay, and again, you can bring it back into that empty balancing position. If you're strong or feeling strong, you can balance for real. Or if you're just feeling a little iffy, you can just come back to an attention stance. And then step forward. Right, going right back to that position and practicing. This would be a good thing to do to practice getting in and out of that forward stance. So let's just do that a couple more times just so you can see it. You're just going to pull that foot back, either flat, empty, or in the air, and then just step back out. And again, you want to make sure when you step out, you're not going so far that that back heel comes up off the floor. You want to be pressing into that back foot as well, okay? And let's do that one more time. So we're going to pull that left foot back and then pick it up and come down. And I like to come down heel to toe because, again, another principle is making sure that toe and knee are lined up and pointing in the same direction. You don't want to have that knee or pointing in a different direction from the toe. You want to be aware and focused on that alignment. Again, that'll save your knees and ankles as well. Let's try that on the other side now. So if we switch our feet and bring your left leg back, right? So now same thing. I'm just going to face you, but you can also follow Piper, okay? So you're going to have your right foot in front, okay? So what's going to happen is we're going to pull that right foot back again. And again, you can pull that foot back either balancing, empty, or flat. And then step back out, making sure, again, you keep that back foot flattened on the floor. And again, let's just do that a couple more times. If you can now, try to inhale as you bring that foot back and exhale as you come forward. And again, making sure your back is straight, okay, and relax. All right, good. So that's one way to move. And again, with that one, you're not really moving anywhere. You're more just like coming back and forth, kind of like a spring coming back and forth. The next way to move is with the back leg. And so when we move the back leg, we're actually going to be moving it in and then forward. And that's going to let us move forward with this posture. So if, again, we work with our right leg back, so now what we can do is bring the right leg in and out. And there are a couple of ways to do this. So again, I'm going to start with the relatively easiest way to do it and then build up on top of it. So the first way is just to come in straight. You can just bring that right leg in. And again, just like before when we were pulling back, you can bring that leg in balancing, empty, or flat. And then just take a step forward with it. Then we can do the same thing with the left leg. You can bring it in and then bring it out. And that's it. And relax. All right, so now to add on to that, we'll do the same thing, but now we're going to add a rocking back. So now we're going to be shifting our center of balance or center of gravity back and forth, okay? So when we do this, it's okay for you to take the left toe up off the floor, the front foot. So when you rock back, and again, let me mirror you. So when you rock back, you can rock back and that left toe can come up off the floor. All right. Then you can bring your weight down, bringing the right leg in, again, balancing or empty or flat, and then step forward, making sure, again, that back leg, the left leg, stays flat. And then we can do the same thing with the other leg, rocking back on the right heel. Same idea. You're going to bring the left leg in, again, balancing, empty or flat, and then step forward and down. So again, you're working on moving that center back and forth, and as well, and adding that little bit of motion to it. All right, and then I promised you 3 ways to do this. So then the third way to do this is to rock back, but also pivot. And this is going to allow you to open up your hips. So now, you're going to start with your right leg back. Okay, so now we're going to add this, and I'm going to turn face away from you as well. You're going to rock back, pivot, turning that toe. Now I'm going to end up facing this way as I bring my right leg in. And again, it can come in flat, balanced, or empty. And now to straighten myself back up, I have to open up that right hip. So I'm going to step out, opening the hip, and come back down. Now, the degree at which you twist is going to be the degree at which you have to open up your hip. So if your hip is tight, you don't twist at all, okay? That's super tight hip. If you want to twist a little bit, maybe 5-10 degrees to one side. If your hips are super flexible, you can go as far as 90 or more, okay? But it's up to you, and you have control over it. So you can twist a little bit if you want to, then put it down and bring that left leg in. And again, because I'm at a certain angle, I've got to straighten myself back up. So I'm going to open up that left hip and come down and settle back into that forward stance. Very good. And relax. And so that's what the lower body is doing. It's your choice as to how you want to do it. We're going to come back to that in just a second, but I want to focus on the upper body now. So what's going to happen is your left hand's going to come up and across towards your shoulder, and then this is that brushing the knee part. Remember I told you? You're just going to bring that left hand down. Right. So let's just do that a couple of times. I'm going to try each side too. So just bring that left hand up and across, and then let it swing down. Right, right. And we'll do that one more time. Bring it up and across and swing down. Good. Let's do that with the right hand. Same thing. Bring it up and across and swing it down. That's it. It's kind of like you're making a circle. Bring it up and across, making a circle with the hand and down. And again, just for 3, do it one more time. Up and across. Good breathing. And then down, breathing out. That's it. Thank you. All right, so now we can go into the other hand. What is the other hand doing? The other hand is coming up behind you and then pushing. It's kind of like the American crawl, if you know how to do that, very similar to that, or almost like throwing a pitch or throwing the ball, if you know how to do that. If you don't know how to do either, it's okay, because neither do I. We're going to bring our left hand. We'll start with our left hand. You're just going to bring that left hand. If it's already down, you're already halfway there. You're just going to bring it up behind you. And if you want to twist to your left, that's okay too. Then once it comes up to about shoulder high, bend your elbow. And then from there, you're just pushing in front. So let's do that a couple of times. You're going to let that left hand drop, let it come up behind you. You can even follow it with your eyes if you want to. Bend the elbow, and then follow that hand as it pushes to the front. And let's do that one more time. And again, if you want to add the breathing in, as you drop and bring the hand behind you, breathe in. That's it. And then bend that elbow and push, breathing out. Very good. All right, and relax. All right, so now, again, we're just going to do that with the right hand. Same thing. You just bring it up behind you. Once you get to about shoulder height, bend that elbow. That's it. And then push that right hand forward. Just keeping things light. Okay, we'll do that again, dropping it. You can follow it with your eyes, bend the elbow, and push, just following that right hand. All right, then again, come down, inhale, bend the elbow and push, exhale. All right, and relax. All right, so now shake out those arms. And again, if your shoulders are getting tired, good, okay, because you're getting a little workout in. That's not a bad thing, okay? Now what we're going to do is try to put both hands together, okay? And what we're also going to do is alternate the sides. So we're going to be bringing, let's push with the left hand, and we'll brush with the right. So from here, we're going to simultaneously bring the left hand up behind you as the right hand comes across. Then bending your left elbow, push as you brush or drop your right hand down. And now we're going to flip the sides. So we're going to take that left hand, that's low, right? And it's already halfway there. We're going to bring it up behind as we take that left hand and bring it across. So that right arm's up behind you, bend that right elbow, and then push. And again, you can follow it with your eyes. Push that right hand out and drop that left hand down. All right? And let's just do that a couple of times. So we're going to bring the left hand behind us as the right hand comes across. Inhale. Bend that left elbow and push. Exhale as you brush with that right hand. And then we'll do that again, bringing the right hand behind, the left hand across. Inhale. Bending that right hand and pushing. Exhale as your left hand comes down. Very good. And relax. And again, if you have to take a break as you're going through this class, do so. Hit pause, have a seat, grab a drink of water, keep yourself hydrated. So now what we're going to try to do next is put everything together. So I'm going to couple the arms with basically what we were doing with the lower half when we first started with that. So we're going to start with the right leg back, okay? And we're going to go into basically our dragon shoots the pearl posture. So from here, your left hand's going to be low, brushing the knee, and your right hand's going to be shooting the pearl. And again, I'm going to mirror you guys, okay? So I'm going to set my, well, you're going to have your left foot in front and your right foot back, okay? So from here, we're going to pull that left foot back. And as we pull that left foot back, you're going to drop your right hand down. As that left foot comes back, that left arm comes across, and then as you step out and forward with that left, drop the left hand and push with the right. Just focus on one side and repeat it. We'll do that 3 more times. So 1, coming back, and stepping back out. Right. And again, you can make it harder on yourself by balancing if you want to. Coming back, you can just pick up that leg, working the balance. And again, if your balance is off, you can just tap the floor and then come down. Pushing. Good, good. And let's do that 1 more time together. Or you can hit pause and do this like 50. Come back and down. Nice and easy. And again, if you were listening to Piper, who was breathing correctly, inhale coming back and exhale coming out. And relax. Let's switch the sides just to keep things even. You're going to drop your left leg back. Good. And then now your left hand's going to be the one shooting the pearl, and your right hand's going to be the one brushing the knee. All right, so then from here, we're going to drop that left hand down. We're on the other side. Now we're going to pull that right leg back as the right hand comes across. Bend that left elbow and come down, pushing with the left this time, shooting the pearl with the left, brushing your right knee. And then we'll do that again, pulling back, breathing in. And again, you can work that balance. And if your balance is off, you can just tap the floor and then come down, brushing the knee. Excellent. Let's just do that 2 more times together. Coming back, inhale, and down, exhale. Very good. And then 1 more time. Inhale. That's it. And down, exhale. All right. Very good. And relax. Nicely done. Shake it out and assess body, bones, and joints. Sometimes when you've been focusing on doing something for a little bit, you forget, oh my goodness, my knee is talking to me, or my ankle. So just take a second and assess body, bones, and joints. So now let's work on moving forward with this. Now for the forward movement, I think both Piper and I are going to move forward, and then we're going to turn and move towards you, just so that you can get a good view of both sides moving forward and back. So we're going to move up just a little bit, and we're going to turn. And so now, again, we're going to start with our right leg back, just like we did before. So from here, we're going to have our left hand brushing the knee and the right hand shooting the pearl. From this position here, again, going easy with the lower body, no pivot, no anything else, you're just going to bring your right foot into your left. And as that happens, we're going to drop the left hand behind, the right hand across, bend the left arm. Then once you get to here, you step forward with the right. Now you're switched. You're going to drop the right hand and push or shoot the pearl with the left. And then let's do that on the other side. So you can bring the left foot in as the right hand comes behind you and the elbow bends. The left arm just comes across. Now we're going to drop and get back to where we started, shooting the pearl or pushing with the right hand as the left hand brushes the knee. Very good, and relax. And so now, just again for an example and to be able to face you, Piper and I will face you. But again, I'm going to talk you through as if we were a mirror image. So we're going to start with our right foot back. Okay, so now we're going to bring that right leg in, the right hand across, left hand up behind you, and then the left hand pushes as you drop that right hand, ending. All right, very good, and relax. All right, good. And again, shake it out. All right, so now, we're going to try to demonstrate and do that movement with the other layers on top, but I'm going to do a little less talking so that you can follow. So we're going to start with the right leg back again, same movement. So now we're just rocking back and then bringing in that right foot and then coming down nice and easy. Good. And then again, rocking back, bringing in the left foot, and then again coming down nice and easy. And then we'll do that one more time. 3 is a good number. Bringing in that right foot, and then back and down, and relax. Very good, and relax, and shake it out. So that's with the rocking back and forth. If you were watching Piper, she was adding that third little bit, that rotation, that pivot and twist, so that she can work on opening up her hips, or building up mobility and flexibility in the hips. I'm going to do that, again, facing you. So again, we'll start with our right leg back. Left hand pushing in front, right hand dropping down, okay? So again, I'm going to go straight. Piper, if you want to, you can pivot as you go through this, and again, you can follow along, do the best you can. So as you rock back on your left heel, you can pivot if you want to. Bring that right foot in, the right hand across, inhale, bending that left arm, then come down, pushing, shooting the pearl, exhale. Let's do that 2 more times together. Ready? Here we go. Inhale and exhale. Nice and easy. Good, good. Oh, just try and spot that target on the wall. Keep that back straight. One more time. Rocking back. Bringing in that right foot one more time. Inhale. And then down. Exhale. Shooting the pearl with that left hand. Excellent. And stand and relax. Very good, very good. Shake it out again. All right, nicely done. Now, if you want to turn, or if you want to move around your room, that's a whole added, again, set of movements with the hips and the lower body. Piper, would you mind just kind of stepping off to the side? Thank you, thank you. All right, so when you want to move with this movement, again, I would start off by just working the stationary movement back and forth, getting good with that so that you get the muscle memory in the arms, switching the sides, and again, going back and forth, maybe keeping the foot on the floor if you're having a balancing day, or if your leg strength is just not there, you can just do this, okay? Then work on stepping, coming down, maybe coming in and out. You can rotate, open up that hip coming down. Once you get good and comfortable with that, and you've got a good sense of how you're moving and where you can move, then you can utilize both of those movements. You can utilize both those movements. And if you're able to open up and pivot on the hips and balance, then that first movement where you're just coming in and out with that same foot will actually allow you to turn, as well as the back foot. You can always turn. So what I mean by that is, if I'm, say, here, right, got my right leg back, right, and we did the movement that we did before, and turning, if you could do that opening up of the hip, when I come in this way here, I can step out at an angle instead and turn. And in fact, you can use this to go all the way around, and that's going to allow you to kind of move and open up your hips, okay, and work your way all the way around. And again, you don't have to do 4 like I just did. You could do a little bit of an angle, or if you wanted to get really extreme, you could do a 180 if you want to. Totally up to you based on your balance and leg strength and how confident you feel. And then what I would recommend doing is practicing the other side. So again, what you can do with this one is, again, come back and just step out a little bit, working that angle. That back foot, by the way, definitely move it, okay? Because it's not gonna want to stay stationary and flat at the same time. So as I'm going through this, if you watch my back foot, I'm kind of adjusting it each time. And I adjust it on the ball of my foot and then come back down. And again, if you want to challenge yourself, you can just make that turn just a little bit bigger, okay? If you want to. And again, that's depending on your balance and leg strength. When you go forward, it's the same thing. It really is. So if I'm starting off here again, if I want to turn going forward, and I would just bring that leg in and then I can just step and turn in whichever direction I want to. Okay? Or if I want to bring the other leg in, alternating, I can bring that leg in and turn in the direction I want to. But by adding these turns into the motion, into the movement, it kind of, again, helps you, keeps you from getting bored, keeps you sharp, but also it allows you to move through your space. And every time you do that, you're engaging your muscles in a different way. You're engaging your balancing muscles and your stability muscles also in a different way. And so it's very helpful if you have the space to kind of move around with it too. But like I said, if you're just learning this for the first time or doing this as practice, stationary is probably the best idea. Make sure you switch sides, then step forward as the next layer up, and then you can play. Once you get confident putting the upper and lower half together, you can play and move around your living room or outside in your backyard and just let yourself move and have fun with it. Thank you for joining me and Piper today, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.